Hi, stamping friends. It's Marilyn here with Stamping Creations with Marilyn. Coming to you tonight from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, with a Facebook Live to share what I've been doing with some of my designer series paper, or DSP as we demonstrators call it. I'm sure if you watch a few demonstrators online, social media, wherever, that you have seen a lot of things to do with DSP, and I just wanted to share my take on it and show you a few cards that I've been making with the designer series paper that's on sale from now until August 2nd. I will show you the various packages when I switch the camera down to my desktop, and I do have a few other things to mention to you. Just want to let you know that I have received my new mini catalog, which we call the holiday catalog. Hello, Tracy. Glad to see you. And my Sale-A-Bration, I can only show you the covers of those, and I will be doing that. But if you do not have a demonstrator, live in Canada, and would like to have a catalog, please let me know. You can reach me on social media. I'm sure you can find it through this video heading. I also would like to share that I do hold a monthly card club that anyone is welcome to join because it is virtual. Let me know if you're interested. I am going to start a couple of new things, one of them being a block party, which will be having 2 or 3 different individuals host a party online, a virtual party online. We will do some fun, some games. It'll take a week long. You will invite your own friends and family, customers to come, and whatever they purchase will go towards your Stampin' Rewards, which are great, especially with this new catalog coming out. So without further ado, I'm going to switch the camera. Hopefully don't make you too dizzy, and we'll show you a few things on my desktop. First of all, the other side of my room. And then see if I can get it so it doesn't shake and shimmer too bad. So you can see at the top of my desktop, I do have a new host code that is happening for July. If you would like to order from me, I would appreciate it. And if you don't already have a demonstrator, support your own there. And there's lots of things to earn with hosting. If your order is over $200, you will not use the host code because you get the rewards. But otherwise, like I say, I would certainly appreciate you supporting me that way. So here is what you've probably seen around all the social media sites and whatever is the designer series paper, 15% off 9 different packages. And those are these particular packages. I will just hold it here and then I'll show you in the catalog where you can find them. Hello, Faye. Welcome. So while you're waiting and I'm busy going over these, I have a question for you. I try to have a question each week as we go, and share with each other. Please tell me your favorite go-to word stamp set. I presume most of you watching may be Stampin' Up, maybe not. So just let me know the name of your favorite word stamp set. I'm always looking for ideas, and maybe it's one I don't have and I haven't even looked at. So that way, if we share, we can help each other. So to find those papers, they are on page 130. So this, I'll just point out the ones that are on sale. The Beauty of the Earth, the Bloom Where You're Planted. This one is not. This is what we call a specialty paper, so it's not on the sale. Hand penned. This In Good Taste is one that I use a lot for masculine cards, and it's a big set. It is $29, but it's 24 sheets. In the Wild, Pansy Petals. Again, this one's a specialty, so it's not. Sweet Symmetry, Tidings of Christmas, and You're a Peach. So those are the 9 sets. And to just, before we get into the Sale-A-Bration that's laying there, again, with some of our, or a lot of us demonstrators do lay out our designer series paper this way so that you can see what's on both either side of the paper and the coordinating colors with it. So I have gone the last few days, tried to put together a card using designer series paper from all but the Christmas. I discovered tonight as I was putting things together, I didn't do a Christmas one, so that'll come later. But it gives you, this form that we do gives you the name of the colors plus all the designer paper. So it's a way to see it quickly, easily. I keep it in a binder right on my desk. And if I'm looking for something particular, it's right there. So this one is the one that I said was a double one kind of thing. So it has all of that paper in it. In the wild. And it's one I didn't think I would like just because the animals, I didn't buy the dies or the stamp set to go with it. But the card I did to show you first and the sample that we're going to do tonight is very similar to that one. The pansy petals, beautiful colors in there, sweet symmetry. Yes, Tracy, I saw you working with this one last night, or the other night, so I know it's one of your favorites. I haven't done a lot with it, but I did try. Here is the Christmas one. And there will be more coming for that, obviously, because Christmas is not here yet. And you're a peach. So, those are the designer paper on sale. I can't show you the inside of these catalogs, but I can show you that Sale-A-Bration is going to run from August 3rd to September 30th. Thought there was a mark on there already. And the mini catalog, it does say July to December, but that's because it was printed before Stampin' Up realized they might have some shipping problems, and they moved the dates of it to August to December. So those are coming in the mail to those of you who have requested them from me. And like I say, mine came in the mail yesterday, so they are coming. And what else did I have on my list? Oh, I had, let me know your favorite word set. And I do have some new virtual classes coming. I don't have them planned enough to share with you just yet, but they will be on their way. So tonight, this is the card that I would like to share with you, and it's strips of designer paper. This is from the animal set, whatever that one was called. I can't remember right offhand. And then I used this from that Many Messages stamp set, was in the annual catalog that just retired, but carried forward to the new annual catalog. And there is a second set. That's the one you may recall that has the one die that cuts all the stamps out at once. So I had some fun putting this together. So for this one, I'm going to use, I've already done my stamping. I'm going to use this paper, which is the planted, it'd be nice if I knew the names, wouldn't it? It is the Bloom Where You're Planted, and this one that I did is in the wild. So I have cut 3 1-inch strips. So these are the 1-inch strips for this. I have 2 3/4-inch strips and 1 1/2-inch strip. And what I did for this one, first of all, I will fold my Evening Evergreen card base. And set it aside. And then my white is our regular 1/4 inch smaller. Just wanted to share with you as well. I have done this, and I did it for a number of my downline team as well. This is just different pieces of retired cardstock with the sizes on them going from your 5.5 and 4 1/4, which is your card base, all the way down 1/4 inch at a time. And I printed on labels the measurements And I find I use this a lot. Lots of times I'm not, okay, which size would fit or how is that going to look? And with having it on a ring like that, I can easily take it and say, oh, okay, yep, I think I want that much border. So it is a really helpful tool in my arsenal that I have here. So to do this card, there's no fancy measurements other than how wide those strips were. I took my white, I made sure I had it on my silicone mat, and then just laid them out. Now I do have my words. My words are going to go on one of the white. So I'm going to pretty well put it the same angle as that. I don't know which side I'm going to use. Maybe that one looks a lot wider than my 1 inch. Oh, that's because this is a 3/4 inch. That's why. Okay, let's try this again. Those are too big. Those are 1 1/4. Just a minute. No wonder they look out of. Okay, that's a 1. And that's a 1. I wonder if I grabbed the, you know what, I think I did. These are the pieces I had cut. Look at that. No cutting. You don't have to watch me cut. You guys are safe. Let's try these. That looks a little better. So I have a 1 inch. Then I have another 1 inch. I have a 3/4 inch. Guess I don't need to move that in front of you, do I? And another 3/4 inch. A third 1 inch. And I like this one with just a little bit that I might need down there. But I don't want, how can I do this? Oh yeah, here. So basically just laid them out to where I was pleased with them, and then glued and trimmed. I think I will leave that one over like that. So you can see how you can use, old habits die hard. I had the dark green in there before, so use just strips. Like this is the 1 inch. And then I did have on this one, you might notice little tiny pieces. I didn't like the white right at the edge like that, so I did put the little pieces on afterwards. So I'm going to do the same again, and oh, that might look, maybe I'll do that one that way. So no big measurements to where I'm going to put it. I am going to just start there and leave a little bit of white. If I do it like this, I can maybe not get glue too far over the edges. So what do you, tell me while you're watching, because I didn't give you these measurements to craft along with me, but how do you keep your pieces of designer paper after you start cutting a sheet? You obviously are going to have pieces like this, big, small. Where do you keep them? Do you keep them in the package they come in? Do you store them in a drawer? Always looking for ideas. Like I say, please share, and I'm sure everyone watching would like to know and share as well. So, and again, because these are over the edges, you can cut from there and put here. Well, not the same piece, but you know what I mean. That maybe I'll move this one down a little bit. And silicone mat is your best friend when you're doing something like this. And I wanted to use this so that I'm using basically all of the 6 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, the 6 different designs in the package. And that's one of those. That's an extra one that I could put up there, which I probably will. And so I don't know about you, but you can probably hear the air conditioning running in the background here. We have had another heat wave kind of hit us here in Spruce Grove, and plenty warm. Now you see why I needed the silicone sheet. And I'm going to, hopefully those are stuck long enough. So then I will just take this and trim it, and try not to have, maybe I'll just put it right on there. Too much glue end up on my desktop. But it looks totally different once you get this trimmed, obviously. And you've got a card base, so you can put any words, and that's why I wanted to know your favorite set of words, because I'm going to show you the cards I did do to share with you with the designer paper tonight are basically something like this, and then with a greeting on them. So you don't need a lot of tools. You need the designer paper, a coordinating cardstock, or even if you could take something like this one and just put it on a white background. It would really make the colors pop then. So white or black, you always, sorry, not under the camera because I'm trying to be exact with my cutting. And my scissors are really sticky. They are going to need a cleaning when I'm done. But there are my pieces, and here is my layer. Doesn't that turn out neat? Like, I just love the way it looks so different when you get it cut. So now, again, I want little pieces to put there. So I am going to, I'll put a piece of that. And for this, I'm just going to put a little dab of glue, hopefully. In the corners, and place that one, and on this side again. And you can see, look at, you can use such small pieces of designer paper and still use it. So I'm just gonna leave that for a minute and wipe my fingers because I have adhesive. So let's see if I can get that trimmed off, and we'll put the card together. So hopefully you're surviving heat if you're having heat wherever you are. I know, I see you there, Faye, and I know that things have been pretty warm in your part of the country as well. But it's like somebody posted on Facebook the other day, remember, it's less than 6 months till we have snow, so that's enough complaining. So there we go. So we're going to put that on there. And I did use dimensionals on that. So I will, yes, that brick really really adds to the different textures, doesn't it, Faye? I've got a picture I saved of a shadow box, and it has this as the background, and then the dies, which I do have for this set, done as, I think there was 4 or 5 different rectangle squares, and it is gorgeous. So because I have the shadow box by my front door, I'm probably going to do one of those. So there is our card. Then I use the punch for either end on that one, and I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals again, and we will be done. And again, I don't think, it doesn't have to be exact. Or the other thing that I would probably do, obviously I would put a white in here, which I don't have cut here for me at the moment, and probably do some of the designer paper on the envelope, because that's another great way to use your designer paper and share it with whoever. So there are those two, again done from In the Wild and planted, I think I'd learned that, bloom where you planted. So I'll show you a few others. I did this one from the Beauty of the Earth. This paper has a whole series of these, and I just wanted to cut out one. Popped it up on another one cut with the stitched dies, and did this with the Tasteful Textures dies. Rest and relax, you deserve it. Put just a little strip of the designer paper, that's the opposite side of this, so you know the colors are going to coordinate. And then I ran this through the embossing folder because I thought it needed just a little bit of something. You can see that. The hand penned paper is beautiful. This is a card that I'd made in a class that I took, and it's a fancy fold, but it shows off both sides of the paper. So another great idea. Then I come to the In Good Taste cards, and I wanted to, again, masculine birthday cards. So I just used embossing folder and the paper, and this is from the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set, the words. So nothing that would take a long time, but definitely cards that you can use. Hi Lillian. Yes, great way to use the designer paper. The In Symmetry, and again I took the stitched rectangles and cut each design out so you can see them. Embossed thanks along there and embossed on the inside. So another feature, way to use it. And I got to the peach paper, and I do not have that set, stamp set or whatever, but I paired it with the color and contour stamp set, like the words that's in that one, and a little bit of the designer paper, but it's the blue, not the peach color. So I thought it went well with the Night of Navy, Early Espresso paper. And this again is from the color and contour. That's not the name of the dies, but it's that set. So some great different ways to use designer paper, all across the board kind of thing. And then just this one I haven't completely put together. This is done with the pansy paper, but I wanted to show you. I used the daisy punch. I did my stamping from that. This is from the pansy paper. But before I put it together, I just wanted to show you that this is how I punched the daisies out so that I'm not wasting designer paper. Maybe I'll need some more for strips when I do a different card like that. And then I will just mount that on there, and it's with the fresh freesia. And I did put one on the inside with sequins. I think what they're called. It needed something. I was looking for a stamp and I couldn't find a little stamp that would fit there, so I used the sequins because it's flat and it's able to go through the mail quite easy. So those are my samples for you of the designer paper. So if you're looking to purchase any of it, you know where to find me. I can answer questions, help you with decisions or whatever. Just let me know. And I have a few other cards too that I've received in the mail recently to share with you. This is one done with designer paper that's not on sale, but it's with because it has metallic in it. Isn't it beautiful? And I don't have that set. So this is a swap from Carolyn. Thank you, Carolyn. And just the scallop die. Just obviously that came from the outside of this. Great way to show that off. When we recently had a Stampin' Up event, we could take part in a swap from all across Canada. It was a Canadian event. And this one came from a gal in Ontario. And it's done with that snail paper. So isn't that cute? And it will stand up, which most of us really want. And this little guy, when it stands up, of course you can't see that if I do that, but it's on a window sheet here, so it moves. Isn't that cute? And another set I don't have, so I really appreciate Nadine sending me that. And then I do a class each Friday it's on Zoom. I call it Zoom with Friends. So, and various people that take part in the class will also take part in instructing and teaching. And I received this card from Bonnie, who's doing our class for tomorrow. And this is what she's going to teach us how to do. Isn't that neat? I am so excited to work with that. I do have to figure out what paper I'm going to use yet. But as you can see, I have quite a bit of designer paper that I could work with. So I'm going to get that ready here before class at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So thank you, Bonnie, for sending that. Now, one other thing to do before we go. If there's any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll certainly get back to you. I don't know if I can answer them as we go on the fly, but I do have names set up for last week's card. Anyone who comments on my videos, I put your name in a draw, random draw, and while we're on this one, I will spin the wheel as soon as I can figure out where I put it. There it is. And we will see who's going to win. Okay, internet. Thank you. So, here are the names. I'll try not to have too much glare. And we'll spin. No sound because that duplicates back to the sound that is recording. And there is Diana C. Thank you, Diana, for watching and making a comment. So, I will send that off to you as soon as I hear from you. And for tonight, anyone who comments, whether it's on my Facebook Live here, on the replay, or on the YouTube that I will upload it to afterwards, I will put your name in a draw for next week. Please leave your comments. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell and you'll get notified when I have a new video up there. And I love to share. So once again, thank you for joining me and we will see you next week. Take care.